Hello to all of you wonderfully killy people. Welcome to Let's Get Critical. My name is Gar. In this video, I'll be unboxing the new Kill Team expansion box set, and it's called Dead Silence. This box set introduces us to two brand new kill teams. First, we have the Tau XV26 Stealth Battlesuit kill team. They're an elite 5 operative kill team, and they have 2 drones to assist them when they fight in the kill zone. They rely on stealth, patience, and extreme firepower to conquer their enemies. Second, we have the Space Wolves Wolf Scout kill team. They're another elite 5 operative kill team, and they bring a trained wolf with them when they fight in battle. They're a well-balanced team. They focus around a mythical storm they generate, which grants special abilities to help them claim victory. So here we are with the box on the table, and as we can see from the front of the box, there's more fantastic artwork. There always is with Games Workshop boxes. You can see a picture of the 2 kill teams fighting on the steps of the Tomb World, and it says down here, stealth versus savagery in a sinister Tomb World. Let's turn the box over and have a quick look on the back. The box contents are displayed up here at the top. You have all the things but you've got the dossier, the campaign map, the transfer sheets, you've got the data cards for both kill teams, and most importantly, it includes 14 Citadel miniatures. You have a full XV26 Stealth Battlesuits. It's 7 operatives, the 5 operatives, 2 drones, and you have a homing beacon, and you have a full Wolf Scouts kill team, which is 6 operatives, the 5 Space Marines, and the Wolf itself. I don't want to talk about the box all day. Let's get this open and let's get unboxing. So now that we got the box open on the table, the first thing we see, like with most unboxing, is sprues. I'm going to get this one out. I'm going to dig this one out first. This is the sprue for the Wolf Scouts kill team. The first thing I can see on this sprue is the Fenrison Wolf over here. He's sticking out, and then you've got loads of bodies. I mean, there's some great things about this sprue. There's not much there, but you can see the body parts here. One of the great things is the weapons. Now, there are tons of plasma pistols in this. I'm not sure if you've seen the cards already, but the Scout Leader, the Trap Master, and the Hunters can all take plasma pistols. So you can see there's a plasma pistol here, a plasma pistol here, there's one over here. There's obviously loads of plasma pistols. We've also got a plasma gun, and we've got the Instigator bolt rifle here. So there's some great weapons, and also the Absolver pistol. And then we've got down to the normal melee weapons. There's a power sword over here, and obviously the combat blades, and some of them are obviously shaped by axes. So this sprue is looking absolutely fantastic. Not much more to show you. I can't wait to get this painted. I've bought the Fenris grey, and I've bought the Rust grey. I'm going to be painting it in the proper Space Wolves colours. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. I'll be doing a painting video, but for now, let's move on to the next sprue. The next sprue down is also the final sprue. There aren't many sprues in this box. There's some other boxes which have tons of sprues, but this one's quite slim on plastic. We get down to the Tau sprue. Instantly, I can see this one's a bit more ordered and a bit more square looking, just like the armor of the Tau. You can see here the dustbin lids. I mean, they're the drones probably. They stick out a mile. And over here, yeah, these are some weapons. You can see these are the burst cannons. That's kind of like the standard infantry weapon for this kill team. But there are 2 special weapons. These ones here and one up here. It's called the Fusion Blaster. You can only pick 2 of your operatives to have fusion blasters. I'm pretty sure it's the Liberator and the Neutralizer who are going to have mine, because they are really devastating at close range. I think it's 4 attacks hitting on 4s with like a 6-3 profile, Dev 4, and obviously piercing 2. So that's going to be fantastic. Again, these sprues, I've never painted any Tau before. I've done Space Marines before, but I've never painted any Tau. I'm going to try and paint these up to match the Vespid Stingwings, and, possibly, or I might go for the white coloured theme that's on the box. But I'm really looking forward to this kill team. just as much as I am the Wolf Scouts from the Space Wolves. It's going to be fantastic putting them together and fantastic painting them as well. The next piece we get down to is in all of the boxes. It's kind of like a folder. So what I'm going to do, because there's some stuff underneath, is just take this out. And I'm just going to move it to one side a second. Here at the bottom of the box, very quickly, I just want to go through and show you the bits inside. You've got obviously the bases. These are all the bases, and it's all spread out. These are just all the bases for the kill team. You then have these plastic pieces. They're the stands that the drones go on. And then you've got, finally, a Space Wolves transfer sheet. And you also have a Tau transfer sheet. So obviously they'll be going on the miniatures as well. That's basically everything in the box. What I'm going to do now is move this to one side and then get that folder back with all the books in it. These folder packs are in all of the kill teams I've seen for as long as I've been collecting. Let me just flip this over for you. Here you can see on the inside there's some fantastic artwork. It's the same artwork that was kind of on the screen earlier. It's really good stuff. Let me just line that up a bit. Okay. In these, you get down to some nitty-gritty. So I'm just going to kind of take them out and have a quick go through. The first thing we get to... Let me just grab my thing. Are the token sheets. These token sheets are what you need to play the game and use all the special abilities. These ones here, I'm sure, will be for the Tau. And these ones here are for the Space Wolves, and that's obviously for measuring your storm. Here's your storm tokens here, and obviously these got the homing beacon markers and stuff. I'm sure we've all seen these before. If you're new to Kill Team, you know, then I'll be going through these in detail much later on. But you've got two sets of the tokens, one for each Kill Team in there. The next thing we come down to are the campaign maps. So inside this book, and also here, yeah, you've got the campaign logs. So this is a campaign system, guys, people and girls. It's a really good idea. I'll go through them a bit later on in a bit more detail because they're in the book as well. But you've got obviously like a small one, which I think's aimed for like 3 or 4 players, and then a slightly larger map, and then an even bigger map right up to the largest map in there. And if you flick through, you'll see, you know, there's an even bigger one. And then it's back to the small one. So there's only about 5 different sites. They're just kind of repeats. But these are for doing the new campaign system that comes with the Dossier. And this, like you can see here, is a Sisyphus Expedition campaign log. I'll go through those because they're in the Dossier in just a bit more detail soon. You have inside here a Dead Silence assembly guide. These are really good. They're very well illustrated. Hold on a sec. And you can see here, what it kind of does is it shows you there are 2 ways to build a miniature. So here, you know, you can see there's the blue and there's the green. Let me just try and flick through and show you. So yeah, the first one we get to is the Charles Ray for the Tau. You can see you can build him as the Charles Ray, which is the blue, or you can just build him as an infiltrator for, say, instance, if you was using Warhammer 40,000 and you weren't buying this for Kill Team. But obviously, you know, its first release is for Kill Team, but later on when it's released in a few months' time, you can buy the box on its own, just that one sprue, and build them up all as infiltrators, and then there'll be data sheets to use with 40k. But just flicking through very quickly, you've got the Neutralizer, you know, the Liberator. Yeah, they're the ones with a fusion blaster here, and the Liberator. I'd probably do them the same, but you never know. There will be some magnetizing as well, I think, in this box set. I'm not sure, but I want to be able to magnetize a few of them, so I've got a few options. They're more or less one-box kill teams, but I think there'll probably be a model or 2 in each one, which I'm going to magnetize just for fun, and I'll put that in the video. Here is the Pack Leader or a Frost Eye. You've got the Fang Bearer or a Hunter. So yeah, here's a good example here. Sorry, let me just go back. Is, you know, this is a 2-box kill team. If you want the Fox Pack Leader and the Frost Eye, you've got 2 options. You can wait and buy another box, or do what I'm going to do and magnetize them. So I'll be magnetizing the Pack Leader and also a Frost Eye, and I'll be showing how I magnetize the Fang Bearer and the Hunter, and then it's just obviously the Gunner, Ruin Priest Hunter, Trap Master Hunter. The choices are yours, and then that's it. Let's move on. Next, we get down to the Dead Silence Dossier. Before I go through the dossier, I just want to quickly go through these. And these are the data cards that come with it. The first data card set here, which I'm going to open, is for the Tau. I'm not sure if you've seen the data cards, but they're absolutely brilliant. You have a data card for each. You've got the drone, you've got the marker drone, you've got a gun drone and a marker drone there. You've got the Lodestar, the Infiltrator, Chazray, Liberator, Designator, Neutralizer. You've got the how to put the team together, one battle suit, another battle suit, and then you can pick 4 battle suits. Marker drone, gun drone. You must take the Chazray, marker drone, gun drone, and then you've got 4 options other than Infiltrator. Your kill team can only include each operative on the list once. Your kill team can only include up to 2 fusion blasters. Like I said before, I'm probably going to give it to the Neutralizer and the Liberator. But then you've got the marker token guide that we saw those tokens earlier, ambush markers, homing beacon markers, etc. The faction rules, stealth fields, carry on. These are absolutely brilliant. They're great to play with. I love them to pieces. I love having those for all my kill teams. There's one for the Tau, which obviously I've just shown you. And there's one here for the Wolf Scouts. So what I'm going to do now quickly is go through the dossier for you. I've just got a box here to kind of lean it on so it makes it a bit easier. Just bear with me a second. So inside these dossiers, fantastic. There's always a little story and there's a real thorough introduction to the kill teams. And I think they're absolutely brilliant. I love reading mine. I read them kind of loads and loads. I read them before bed. I'll be reading this every day for weeks. So the first section here, you've got the content section. It tells you about the Tessis Hunt, the Wolf Scouts and the battle suits. And also, you know, there's some quick guides here. So if you want to go straight to, say, the Wolf Scouts and straight to the ploys, it will tell you the actual page number. It then goes into section 1, which is called the Tessis Hunt. It's about a planet on the edge of the Tessis system, and this is where kind of the story's centralized. The first page, the first couple of pages, it tells you about the planet, it tells you about its history and how all the dynasties of all the Necron warriors and how it became essentially a tomb world. It then goes into the Dark Star team. The Dark Star team are a battlesuit team. They're an XV26 Stealth Battlesuit team, and they're led by a Chazray called Viola Geleth Shikara. It introduces them because they're part of the story, and then it goes into Black Fang's Ghost Pack, which are also part of the story naturally, and these guys are led by obviously Black Fang himself. It then starts the story and it goes on. It's only a couple of pages. It's a short story. After that, it goes back into the kill teams. It goes into the Wolf Scouts, and now it tells you a little bit more about those Wolf Scout kill teams, and it tells you about their war gear and the spirit of Lokyar, and then it details the Wolf Scout operatives. You have the Pack Leader, the Fenrison Wolf, the Gunner, the Trap Master, Fang Bearer, Frost Eye, Rune Priest Skald, and Hunter. It then carries on with the story. Like I say, it's a short story. There's a couple of pages here, a couple of pages there. I always read mine. I'll be reading this a lot. And then it goes into the XV26 Stealth Battlesuits. It tells you more about the Tau and how they've employed these new sort of composite, heavy hitting, you know, really, really expensive kind of battlesuits. It then goes on about their technology, the drones, weapons, and all sorts of details on those. It then details operatives, the Chazray, the marker drone, the Neutralizer, Lodestar, gun drone, Designator, Liberator, and the Infiltrator. After that, it goes into section 3, which is all about the kill team rules. It does this, like I say, the same format in all the books. The first kill team we get to is the XV26 Stealth Battlesuit kill team. It goes through the operatives. When selecting this, you have to pick a Char's Ray, a marker drone, a gun drone, but then you get some choices. You have 4 XV26 Stealth Battlesuits to select from a list of 5. And other than Infiltrator, your kill team can only include each operative on the list once. So you can have 1 Designator, 1 Liberator, 1 Losar, or you can have 4 Infiltrators, you know, but only up to 2 of them can have fusion blasters, which is the really strong weapon I told you about earlier. It shows you there the Char's Ray and all the pictures painted, really good. It then goes into faction rules. There are 2 faction rules for the XV26 Stealth Battlesuits. You've got Kauyon and you have Stealth Fields. It goes through the strategy ploys. Basically, the Kauyon, what it does is it gives accurate ones. So if the enemy's within 3 inches of your territory, you get to auto-retain 1 attack dice when shooting with accurate 1. If the enemy's within your territory, then it's accurate 2. If the enemy's within 3 inches of your drop zone, you've got accurate 3, which is really, really strong. And it shows here a really cool rule, which is whenever a friendly XV26 Stealth Battlesuit operative has a conceal order, it's not visible to enemy operatives more than 3 inches away from it, taking precedence over all other rules. So it's completely invisible. It doesn't matter whether you can see all of its base, it doesn't matter whether you're on vantage and looking down, the operative is completely invisible if it has a conceal order and you're more than 3 inches away from it. They are a really, really stealthy kill team. And also, when it has a conceal order, it can perform the fallback action for 1 less AP. As always, there are 4 strategy ploys and 4 firefight ploys. We have the Patient Hunters, Bonds of Unity, Prepare Ambush and Hollow Wave countermeasures, and obviously the firefight ploys are Vectored Retro Thrusters, Ghost Shroud, Engage Jetpack and Savior Protocols. It then goes into the data cards. Now these guys are the same are the same data cards that I've shown you in the packs. So, you know, earlier those small kind of pocket-sized cards. It's exactly the same data. It shows the APL, move stats, save and wounds. You've got the different weapons you can pick and some individual rules. All of these guys have got, all of these kill team operatives have got individual rules. So for instance, this one here, for the greater good, whenever determining the value of X for the Kauyon faction rule, if the operative is in the kill zone, you can add 1 to the result if 2 or more XV26 Stealth Battlesuits, excluding drone, are incapacitated up to a maximum of accurate 3. And you must have a minimum of accurate 1 to do this. So what it was saying is, let's just go back a couple of pages. I'll show you now. Is instead of, if obviously 2 of your guys are dead and 1 of the enemy gets within 3 inches of your territory, instead of accurate 1, you'll have accurate 2. If it gets within your territory, instead of having accurate 2, you'll have accurate 3. And within 3 inches of your drop zone, you'll be still stuck at accurate 3 because you obviously can't go any higher than accurate 3. So it's a very strong special rule, and it upgrades, you know, makes them fight harder if you lose 2 operatives. Obviously, not including drones, but they've all got rules like that. I'll do a review guide on these. You'll see all of those in action, but we've got the Designator, Infiltrator, Liberator, the Lodestar, Neutralizer, Marker Drone and Gun Drone. And at the back here, you've got the faction equipment, which is hardwired target locks, XV26 multi-trackers, counter network jammers, advanced black sun filters, the token guide, and finally for the kill team, you get designer's commentary. It just kind of gives you, you know, a bit of info about them and how the guys at the Games Workshop designed them. And, you know, when you play, do your best to keep the cool. With such powerful weaponry and mobility, it could be tempting to push forward and strike first, but you'll quickly find that you're overwhelmed by most enemies. However, if you wait patiently, set up advantageous engagements, you'll be afforded much greater success in your hunts. It kind of just gives you an info and a few kind of guides on how to play them. And then it's straight into the Wolf Scouts kill team, the same format. The selection here, you have to select 1 Fenrisian Wolf and then 5 Wolf Scout. Other than Hunter, your kill team can only include each operative once. So you don't have to take the pack leader. I don't see why you wouldn't. Power weapon, plasma pistol, great stuff. But if you wanted to just take, you know, the priest, the trapmaster, gunner, say, in fact, you can. You know, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 operatives on there. Only 5 models, hence why you've got to buy another box to make the other 2 if you want to, or do some magnetizing like I'll be doing. But you know, that will be fun, we'll get to later. Now the faction rules for the Wolf Scouts are as follows. You've got the hunting Astartes, so during each friendly Wolf Scout operative's activation, it can perform 2 shoot or 2 fight actions. If it's 2 shoot actions, then 1 additional AP must be spent for the second action if both actions are using a plasma gun or plasma pistol, and you cannot select 2 sidekick ranged weapons. Each friendly Wolf Scout operative can counteract regardless of its order, and whenever it does so within your storm, you can change its order first or change its order instead of performing an action for the latter, still treated as having counteracted. So it's very much like a standard Astartes rule you see in other kill teams, just with a slight twist. And their other faction rule is Elemental Storm. It's a strategic gambit that obviously you do in the strategy phase before we start activating our operatives. You remove your storm marker from the kill zone, if any, then place it in the kill zone, and whenever an operative is within 6 inches horizontally of your storm marker, it's within your storm. And each friendly Wolf Scout can perform the charge action while it has a conceal order if it ends that action within the storm. The storm is a really, really good mechanic. I'm really looking forward to play it. You put your marker down, it's got a 6-inch radius around it, and there's all sorts of things. You get the faction rule bonuses, and there are also things here like this strategy ploy. When an operative is shooting a friendly Wolf Scout, if it's within your storm, you can reroll one of your defense dice. There are 3 strategy ploys, and all 3 of them here at the top, they all activate if you're within your storm. It's really good fun. I'm looking forward to it. You then get on to obviously the data cards, the Pack Leader, Fang Bearer, Wolf Scout Trapmaster, Wolf Scout Hunter, Gunner Frosteye, Rune Priest Skald, and the Fenrisen Wolf. You've got the faction equipment, you've got frost weapons, runic charms, wolf teeth necklaces, talismanic trophies, and again you've got the token guide here showing the storm marker and some of the other tokens, and then you've got the designer's commentary. It just shows you, it tells you about why they, did them and how they tried to make them different. They are interesting to read. And then finally, in the final section, which I wanted to get down to, you get section 4, which is all about the campaign pack. This is brand new for Kill Team. Like I shown you earlier, you have the campaign maps and you have the campaign logs. These are for using together with this new campaign system. It's called the Sisyphus Expedition, and basically, I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm going to do a full review of this, I think, and try and do like a mini campaign. But you have hexes, and you move from hex to hex. If I quickly go over here, you've got the campaign rounds. So you have a movement phase, a battle phase, an action phase, and then a threat level phase. And essentially, when you move, you can move up to 3 hexes, and you have to use your supply points for each hex you go through, or you can regroup to one of your camps or just hold where you are. When you battle, each player selects a kill team, and then you have to go for the hexes. It is fun. It's looking to be just a tad complicated to get into, but I think it's going to be fun. And the action phase, after you've done your battles, you can do things like scouting. You can select one unexplored hex within a number of hexes equal to the number of supply points spent. You can resupply yourself with, or you can search and camp. You can set up camps to make it easier, or you can demolish camps. So you can demolish your enemy's camps. It's looking like a fun campaign system. And the threat phase is there at the end. At the end of the game, blah, 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 for the first resolve all locations and threats, and then raise the threat level by 1. If it reaches maximum, the campaign ends. So every round, the threat level goes up by 1, and obviously you set the number of threat points that you want. They say that 7 is a good average, so so there'd be 7 rounds of fighting before you all decide who's got the most campaign points, who's got the most explored hexes, and there's a trophy for the most games won, and everything like that. It's really, really good. And you can also do this solo and cooperative campaign as well. When exploring hexes, you have to roll dice, and you'll get things, like the tectonic fissure. If you roll a 2 and a 1 on a D36, the D36, the hex becomes blocked. So, obviously you can't go into, you have to just basically move out in your next turn. So it's looking like a fun map. And that's basically it. Let's go. You've got conditions as well. Not only do you have the locations, but you've also got, oh, another thing I forgot to mention, you have surface and tomb world. So here's the map here. These ones around the edges, these hexes are the surface ones. They recommend using Volcus as the kill zone, and these ones here are your tomb world hexes. They recommend using tomb world, and these black ones are already blocked, you know, when the game starts. That's what a blocked hex looks like. So you've got surface locations and tomb locations as well. We're right near the end of the book now. And there, the maps I shown you earlier, it's just the same maps at the bottom. There. And like I say, somewhere in there, there was a campaign log to photocopy as well. And that's the end of the book. So here we are at the end of the video. Very quickly, I'm just going to detail what's happening next. This is the Wolf Scouts kill team. So I'm going to be doing a painting guide on these. I'm going to show how I magnetized a couple of the models first, and then obviously show the painting guide, and then they'll be featuring in a unit review, and then obviously a battle report as well. Next, we get down to the kill team for the Tau, the XV26 Stealth Battlesuits. It's the same thing. I'll be doing a bit of a magnetizing guide on one or two of the models. I'll be doing a painting guide, a review of all the data cards, and they'll be featuring in a battle report as well. And finally, we get down to this dossier and the actual campaign system. What I'm hoping to do is set up a mini campaign at the club where I play, at the NGC Newport Gaming Centre, and I'm going to try and do loads and loads of photography, and I'm going to show how all of the rounds work. And on the channel, I'm just going to show kind of week by week how the campaign has unfolded as we move around hexes and we discover the locations and the conditions, and as we fight on the surface and in the tomb, and as we destroy each other's camps. I want to show a small campaign with probably 4 or 5 players unfolding over the 7 weeks, you know, up to threat level 7, and just to try and give you, you know, a run of how it works. My name's Gar. Thank you for watching Let's Get Critical. Bye-bye.